Breaking tonight, we're just days away from yet another Super Tuesday. It's a battle for the East, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Hello and welcome to Justice. I'm Judge Jeanine Pirro. Thanks for being with us. GOP frontrunner Donald Trump wrapped up a busy day campaigning in Connecticut, where the state unemployment rate is higher than even the national average. It's one of 5 key states set to go to the polls just 3 days from now. And joining me by phone from the Trump campaign is the executive vice president of the Trump Organization, Donald Trump's son, Eric. All right. Good evening, Eric.
It's great to be on, Judge.
All right, Eric, your father is storming through the East. He's got several states that he's got to win in on Tuesday, and it appears that he is doing quite well. Do you think that Donald Trump has a chance to win before the convention with bound delegates alone?
Oh, there's no question about it. I mean, I think we're going to blow through the 1237, and we're still on such an amazing high from New York. I mean, our people really came out and voted in full force. And, you know, obviously on Tuesday we've got Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Delaware, and Maryland, and I think we're going to do amazing. I mean, every single one of the polls has us double-digit leads over Cruz. It's actually funny, you know, coming into this contest on Tuesday, Cruz is actually dead last in most of the states, and so, you know, I think by the end of the night on Tuesday, I think we're going to have, you know, 400, 450 delegates more than Cruz, and I think for all intents and purposes, you know, that's really going to end it.
Well, no, you're right. Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Donald Trump double digits in all of them. But what if there were to be a floor fight, Eric? Do you believe that your father can win a floor fight?
Yeah, I really do. I really do. I can tell you I was in Pennsylvania yesterday, and I mean, just the spirit is so high, and I spoke to some of the delegates, and I mean, just the spirit is so high among people. You know, people are really jumping on, and they see what he's doing, and he's doing amazingly well. So, listen, I think if there was a floor fight, I think he'd win. I don't think there's going to be a floor fight. I think we're going to blow through, you know, the 1237. In fact, I think we'll have many more. You know, the polls in Indiana look incredible. You see the polls in California, the newest polls in California, really rival our performance in New York, and so. Judge, I really think we're going to just blow through it, and I think we're going to take it all the way. And, you know, I think, you know, Cruz has really, you know, had his last stand.
All right. Now, this week, the RNC meeting in Florida, and a couple of things came out of that. One is that they're saying that the RNC is not going to change any of the rules. And then they also, what came out of that meeting is that Donald Trump is going to be raising money for the RNC. You know, did your dad cut a deal? Was this a quid pro quo? How did that come about?
Well, you know, the RNC also said that they have to stand behind the front runner. You know, they have to stand behind the front runner. They have to band together, and the party has to unite. And I think the party will do that. I mean, listen, the reality is the sooner we can turn our attention to Hillary, the better the chances the Republicans are going to have to win this election. And so we really need to start doing that, and we need to start doing that come Tuesday.
All right.
I mean, we're going to be 400 delegates ahead. We need to start doing that come Tuesday.
All right. And let me talk about one thing. And Paul Manafort, who is now the convention manager, says that we're going to be seeing a kinder, gentler Donald Trump. Now, I want you to listen to your dad's response.
He said, you know, Donald might be changing a little bit over a period of time, and maybe he'll tone it down. You know, I sort of don't like toning it down. You know, we keep the... I'm going to talk about that in a second because it's interesting. Isn't it nice that I'm not one of these teleprompter guys?
Well, okay. What do you say to that, Eric?
Well, listen, it's one of the things that makes him so special. I mean, if you look at the turnout at the polls, right, you have 2 and 3 times as many people coming out of the polls to vote. You know, and that's because of him, and that's because he's larger in life, and that's because he's actually bringing some personality into politics. And quite frankly, I think a party should embrace that. I mean, you want people voting. He's growing the party. If you look at Pennsylvania, they had 180,000 Democrats and independents that switched over to the Republican Party so that they could vote for somebody. It's about time that we grow our party.
So why did Paul Manafort say that, Eric?
Well, listen, I mean, there's a time where he's going to become very serious, and when we get the nod, he will be very serious, and he'll be an amazing president, and he's going to command tremendous, you know, respect. At the same time, he wants to, you know, he wants to have some energy, and he wants to do what he does best. And, you know, he's going to bring a lot of people into this party, and he's going to excite a lot of people. And, you know, Judge, a lot of people in my generation, right, I'm 33 years old, there's a lot of people in my generation who's wanted nothing to do with politics. And I talk to my friends, they're all saying, listen, this is the most excited we've ever been. We love it. We love watching it. We can't take our eyes off the TV. That's an amazing thing, and that's solely attributable to what he's doing.
Well, there's no question about it. A quick question before we go. Kasich and Cruz, how do you get them out of the race?
Well, I don't know. At some point, I mean, if they would do what's right for the party, they would drop out. You know, you had Cruz not too long ago tell Kasich, listen, drop out. There's no path to the 1237. There's no path for you. Now there's no path for Cruz, right? I mean, he would need to win 105% of the remaining delegates or whatever it is. You know, so, I mean, it's about as hypocritical as it comes. But at the end of the day, we're going to be 400 delegates ahead come Tuesday, maybe possibly more. We're going to win this thing. I mean, the sooner they can drop out, the sooner we can turn our attention to Hillary, the better the party will be. It's just, you know, they should do it, and they should do it quickly.
All right. Eric Trump, thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you so much, Judge. Great being on, as always.
Take care.